Imagine walking along the shore and finding a bird, perfectly preserved, every feather intact, eyes still open, then another, then a bat, then a flamingo, all of them frozen, calcified, turned, essentially, to stone. These aren't sculptures. These are real animals. And the place where they were found is a lake in Tanzania that has been quietly doing this for thousands of years. The question nobody could immediately answer was, how? And why does it keep doing it, even now? Lake Natron sits in the Great Rift Valley in northern Tanzania, not far from the Kenyan border. From the satellite images, it looks almost like a painting. Deep red water in the center, white mineral crusts along the edges, steam rising off the surface. Striking. Beautiful, in a way that doesn't feel safe. The lake has been known to local communities for centuries. The Maasai people have always understood that this water is different. The name gives it away. It's a soda lake, one of the most alkaline bodies of water on the planet. Fed by hot springs loaded with sodium carbonate, the same mineral the ancient Egyptians called natron and used for mummies. The pH can reach 10.5. For comparison, household ammonia sits around 11. You get the idea. It is incredibly caustic. Surface temperatures near the hot spring inflows can hit 60 degrees Celsius. The water is so caustic it can strip skin. And yet the lake existed largely as a geographical curiosity, until a photographer came along and changed everything. In 2011, British photographer Nick Brandt was traveling through East Africa documenting the region's vanishing wildlife. He arrived at the lake. Along the shoreline, scattered across the mineral-crusted edges, were calcified animals. Birds mostly, fish eagles, swallows, flamingos. A bat. Some in near-perfect condition, feathers and fur preserved, bodies hardened into natural sculpture. Others partially dissolved. All of them dead. Brandt collected some of the animals, repositioned them into lifelike poses on branches, on rocks, and photographed them. The images were published in his 2013 book and spread across the internet. People assumed the photos were edited, staged, fake. A lake that turns animals to stone sounds like folklore, not science. The images were shared millions of times with captions. It was completely real, and the science behind it is, if anything, more interesting than the photographs themselves. Here's what's actually happening. The lake's chemistry comes from its geology. The Great Rift Valley sits over active volcanic systems, and the hot springs carry sodium carbonate. This mineral has nowhere to go. The lake has no outlet river. Water only leaves through evaporation, concentrating everything left behind. Put organic material into a strong sodium carbonate solution, let it dry at high temperatures, and it calcifies. The environment replaces tissue. It's the same basic chemistry ancient Egyptians used when they packed bodies in natron. Lake Natron is running that same process. So how do animals end up in the lake? This is where it gets genuinely poetic. In a dark way. The surface is reflective. For birds, particularly migratory species flying at speed, the water can look like open sky. They fly directly into it. They hit the surface and don't survive the chemical exposure. Others land on the shore and die from contact. It's a trap. Some are carried to the edges by water movement after dying in the shallows. Once a body reaches the shoreline, calcification begins. The result depends on time, temperature, and mineral concentration. Some come out nearly perfect. Others are partially dissolved. No magic, just sodium carbonate, volcanic geology, and the physics of light on water. It only looks like magic. But here's the flip. Lake Natron is lethal to most animals, and roughly 75% of the world's lesser flamingo population breeds right here. At the most caustic, alkaline, chemically hostile environment, you could probably design for a nesting site. They choose it deliberately. The flamingos nest on raised soda islands that form during the dry season. Small platforms surrounded by caustic water. That water acts as a moat. Predators can't cross it without serious damage to their skin and eyes. It's a natural fortress. The flamingos have spent millions of years evolving specifically to handle this. Their skin is tough, scaled, and coated in a protective layer. They filter feed on the algae and microorganisms that thrive in high alkaline conditions, organisms that almost nothing else can eat. So, the same water that kills eagles and bats is, for lesser flamingos, one of the safest places on Earth to raise a chick. The lake doesn't pick favorites. It just does what it does, concentrating minerals, calcifying what falls in, repelling what can't handle it. For flamingos, that's an evolutionary advantage. For everything else, it's a very permanent mistake. This is the nature's law. Scientists now understand the mechanism clearly. The geology, the chemistry, the behavior, all documented and explained. But there's a question that doesn't have a clean answer. The lesser flamingo population at Lake Natron has been declining lately. Development proposals, including a soda ash extraction project, have been discussed for years. Industry is reaching even here. Climate shifts are altering the lake's water levels and mineral concentrations in ways that aren't fully predictable. The breeding conditions that make the lake suitable for flamingos are more fragile than the fierce chemistry might suggest. The lake has been calcifying animals and sheltering flamingos simultaneously for thousands of years. It's a delicate balance. Whether it continues doing both things depends less on geology and more on decisions being made right now. Which might be the most interesting and most uncomfortable thing about it. We are the observers and the actors. The mystery of Lake Natron isn't just about stone birds. It's about how life finds a way in the harshest places. Every feather, every crystal, every drop of water tells a story of a planet that is far from simple. We've explored the chemistry and the legend, but nature always has more secrets hidden beneath the surface of the red water. What else is waiting to be discovered? What other places turn myths into reality? The world is full of such wonders. Stay curious. Keep asking questions, because the answers are often more incredible than anything we could imagine. From the Great Rift Valley to the edge of the cosmos, everything is connected by the same laws of physics and chemistry. We hope this journey into the red waters of Tanzania has opened your eyes to the strange beauty of our world. Nature is a sculptor, and time is its tool. Lake Natron is just one of its many masterpieces. Thank you for being here. This was Beyond Explained. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing nearby wonders.